My camera's really not wanting to work for me today. I don't know why. But we're gonna try a new format today. I haven't really done any podcasting in a while. By the way, I've been blogging though on my website. I have a few websites. Should be able to find them if you care enough. So, got a new format, kinda. I recorded kind of a story, I guess, from back in the day. I figured that might be interesting. And also, I wanted to talk a little bit about like fake documentaries or documentaries that are like, extremely not even biased, but just like fraud. Like there's lies, like lies constantly through it, and purposely lying. Like it's not like they fucking knew better or something, or not like they didn't know better or something. You know, like I'm talking. Oh, I just realized there's wind in here. That might not be good. I don't have a sock over my mic. So what was I talking about? Oh, fucking fake documentaries kind of come up on my mind last few years because it's funny. When I was young, they really tricked me pretty heavily. Like a couple of the big ones was there was a couple of Michael Moore movies that's political, but then there's also like Gasland. Gasland was one where they fucking show the methane coming out of the faucet and they light it, so there's like literally fucking flames coming out of the faucets. So you know, obviously, if you if you don't know the story behind that, there's actual methane pockets like beneath the crust, beneath in cracks in the earth and stuff, naturally produced, and that's mostly what that is from. There's no proof that it was uh, from any sort of fracking or anything like that. And also another one because that was Gasland. Gasland. So that was environmental. Michael Moore's mostly political. He got me with, some of their bullshit. Uh, but Gasland was environmental, anti-oil, that kind of thing. Think about who's funding it. You know what I mean? Think about who's funding it. So, maybe some Middle Eastern oil tycoons. They don't want the oil to be produced in America. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. So there's Gasland. That was a bad one. Michael Moore. Pretty much all Michael Moore fucking documentaries are just so misleading. There was another one? I can't fucking. There's always the fucking animal rights ones, which I still kind of agree with because you don't really need to torture animals. But there's a lot of misleading ones there too. Um, Shit, I guess I shouldn't have took that dab right before I fucking did this because I do not remember. An Inconvenient Truth is obviously another big one that was environmental that kind of spread a lot of fucking fear mongering. There's also the one about the Plastic Island, where they showed the birds that would go to the island, and that was their only place or something like that. Like it was a specific island for these specific birds or some bullshit. And the island, like there was a lot of trash on the island, and they would eat the plastic, and they showed this bird, and there was plastic all fucking throughout the bird's fucking stomach. But what you don't realize is like they just stuck that fucking plastic there. Like, I mean, it's one of those things that when you go back and you look at it and you're like, holy shit, I actually fucking believe that. Like, really? And it's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, it's not really funny because like I don't know. For a long time, especially growing up, when you're a kid, you're susceptible to certain fucking things, especially when they're set up in a fucking documentary fashion where it's like fucking hour and a half long, fucking just enough time to really suck you in, get you indoctrinated, and fucking, set you on your merry way, feeling like total fucking shit, and probably scared as shit too, especially since you're a kid. I mean, some of those documentaries, like, because I used to be into scary movies when I was a kid, and I used to love to get scared and stuff. That's why probably conspiracy theories are so big for me too. But I used to love to watch, like, when I first saw An Inconvenient Truth, that movie I never want to see again. That is actually a horror movie if you think about it. That is a real horror movie right there. Is An Inconvenient Truth. Like, it's apocalyptic horror movie, like set into in a documentary fashion. That should be considered like a mockumentary or something. That would should In reality that should be a mockumentary of the left, but it's 100% like he was fully invested, believing in everything. And I mean, the thing is, when it comes to global warming, I see how you could believe what they're saying. There's a lot of fucking truth to their science. But you gotta, I don't know. I guess I really shouldn't get into it now because that's just a whole fucking rabbit hole of drama and bullshit and trying to convince people that it's one way when it's, you know, I don't know. It's just, let's just say I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. And when it comes to them wanting to convince you, I mean, you got to figure. Look at AOC. I mean, I guess we're getting into politics again. Politics again. Get into the weeds. Well, AOC and quite a few fucking other Democrats, Democrats in general. Some of them act like they don't fucking support it, but in reality, they fucking totally support it. Um, AOC's plan, the fucking what was it, Agenda 21 or whatever. um, Basically, at the end of the day, if everything was instilled, I mean, you'd be taxed for the fucking breath you breathe. Like your fucking the oxygen, the CO2 you let out. Like, I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. I mean, I believe in taking care of our planet, but what a lot of these people are fucking wanting is just total asinine. I mean, obviously, there's always two sides to this coin. Now, there's Republicans that are like against electric cars, or like against like they want to pollute and stuff like that. It's like, well, that's a little bit ridiculous. Like, I don't believe in littering. I don't believe in fucking constantly putting fucking shit into our atmosphere that might end up in our lungs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Large particulate. And yeah, I mean, it just it's kind of strange that people can be on such far extremes sometimes. Part two is audio. I recorded earlier. It was completely off the top of my head. I got most of it, right, and I probably missed some things because I just can't remember it all. Because it's like trying to tell someone one of your wild dreams. You're never going to be able to explain it to where they can feel it. So, Terrence McKenna was actually a pretty good storyteller with his uh, dreams and his trips and stuff. But I did the best I could. It was off the top of my head, and hopefully you'll like it. And it's interesting because I went out of body, and it was like kind of like astral projection, and yeah, it affected me heavily spiritually. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to share this story. I've wanted to share it for a long time, never really able to put it in the right way. And I think by having it in just audio, where you're gonna have to like think about what's going on, it'll help you understand a little bit better. Even though I still didn't lay it out probably as good as I should have. But yeah, part two. I guess it's yeah, I guess it's an LSD review is what you should technically put it down as. Is and tech. I don't know. You just I'll let you hear it, and yeah, it's odd, but it's congruent with like kind of like the DMT elves and stuff like that, and going off to this place where visually it might be completely different, but there was something there teaching me or trying to teach me because I asked something. I asked like I want to know, and anyways, I'll just let you listen. Enjoy.